Hello, I'm Ziad from Single Best Answer, and today I'm going to do a question with you on haematology. So let's go to the question. A 52-year-old woman is receiving chemotherapy for leukemia on the haematology ward. She has an acutely painful and swollen left leg. She had epistaxis in the morning and has now developed bleeding from her cannula site and central venous catheter. Investigations: platelets 16, prothrombin time 17 seconds, APTT 49.4 seconds, and D-dimer 0.88 milligrams per litre. The blood film shows schistocytes. Which of the following leukemias is she most likely to have? Now, at this point, I'd recommend that you don't look at the options that are available to you, but rather go back to the question and look at what the information we have. We know that this patient has a leukemia. We know there's acutely painful and swollen left leg. And we know that there is a bleeding history as well. Epistaxis, cannula site, venous catheter. So there is somebody who has features clinically of a DVT and also of bleeding. Looking at the blood results, we can see that the platelets are low, the clotting times are increased, the D-dimer is also increased. This tells us that there is a proper coagulopathy going on here, and this is most in keeping with DIC, disseminated intravascular coagulopathy. The blood film showing schistocytes means that these are fragments. The red blood cells are being fragmented by the fibrin produced by all these clots. So this question is quite difficult because first you need to recognize that this is DIC, and then you need to recognize which leukemia is it most commonly associated with. So let's go to the options available. A, acute lymphocytic leukemia. B, acute myeloid leukemia. C, acute promyelocytic leukemia. D, chronic myeloid leukemia, or E, hairy cell leukemia. So the answer is acute promyelocytic leukemia. And this is one of those questions where it is important that you recognize there are certain characteristics that are very common to different leukemias, and these usually show in exam questions. So recognizing these characteristics and remembering them for your exam would make these questions much easier for you when the day of the exam arrives. So promyelocytic leukemia is much higher association with DIC than any of the other cancers listed in the question, and this is because of a release of thromboplastin by the leukemia cells, which leads to the significant coagulopathy. Now, going back to the different options, ALL, which is option A, this is typically seen in children. AML, which is B, typically has gingival hyperplasia. Option D, which is CML, normally this is associated with massive splenomegaly. And option E, hairy cell leukemia, the cells under the microscope on the blood film have projections which look like hair, and that's why it gets the name of hairy cell leukemia. So remembering these little characteristics would be very helpful come the day of the exam. If you like this video and want to see more, then please join our YouTube page or sign up on singlebestanswer.com.